Well, race fans, the course is open day testing session. This will be the last testing session these guys have before we go racing this afternoon. Heat 2A, or actually this morning at 11:15. So Jimmy Shane brings the brand new Miss HomeStreet out onto the race course. Top qualifier at 1:59.679. Team built this boat over the off season. Didn't have a chance to race it or even test it until the end of July. They tested at the Columbia River during the Tri-City Water Follies Columbia Cup. They liked the way the boat handled, the way it ran, and they decided the next weekend they would race it in Seattle. They took it to Detroit, raced it in the Gold Cup 3 weeks ago, and here we are with the brand new Miss HomeStreet, the U1 defending national champion. They'll have a different number next year because the national championship for this year has already been decided. It is Andrew Tate in the U9 Delta Real Track will be our U1 for 2019. Jimmy Shane up the backstretch. Nice low rooster tail. That doesn't mean he's not going fast, though. Probably about 180 miles an hour this time around as he enters the SeaWorld turn. Not quite up to full speed. Drops off about 25 to 35 miles an hour, but that's not because he's taken his foot off. It's just the drag that the boat encounters in the water as it goes through the turn. End of their first lap for Jimmy Shane. Warm-up lap was 162 plus, 162 miles an hour, 162.284. That's the fastest lap that's been run on the Bill Munsey Racecourse by any of our boats this weekend, and faster by about 3 miles an hour than his top qualifying speed. Although that doesn't mean a lot because qualifying was late Friday afternoon. It was windy. There were some rollers at the north end of the racecourse. So here comes Jimmy Shane. See if he can add to that. Guy's got a rocket. Here he comes in the south turn. SeaWorld turn. Slides the boat on that skid fin, the big skid fin rooster tail. It kicks up, now drops off as he straightens the boat out and heads down the front straightaway to end his second testing lap this morning. $164.131. 164.131. So Jimmy would have been coming at the turn about 195 miles an hour. He's out in the middle of the race course now, angling a little bit back toward the buoy line. Out in about lane number 2. Again, kicks that skid fin rooster tail up. We'll get you a speed here and then we'll talk about records. $163.570. Dropped off just a little. If you're curious about how fast the fastest boat during our modern era has gone on our 2.5-mile race course, that was set in 2004 by Dave Vilwalk driving the Miss Budweiser at 169.940. But Jimmy Shane doing a timing run. We're in a testing session now, so he can be out there as long as he wants until he runs out of gas if he wants. But we could have more than one boat on the race course at any one time, and we understand the 440 is going to go in the water here shortly. Don't see any other boats ready to come out. Nobody at the dock. So Jimmy doing a simulated start. Timing that. Won't be getting you speed on this one. Jimmy was doing the timing run, so his speed really isn't the issue here. It's not the important factor. It's picking a spot on the race course and timing himself down to the start-finish line. So right there, his time now. Yep, here he comes. Full song down in front of Fiesta Island, making that run down to the start-finish line. So Miss HomeStreet will run along the other buoy line, that set of white buoys. Those are the outside course markers. Came off the turn, now angles a little bit in a ways. Timing is different in each lane. So Jimmy may be doing timing runs in several different lanes, depending on where his lane is going to be in our heats as they come up this morning and this afternoon. And off the course, the Miss HomeStreet, the U1. Jimmy Shane brings her back into the pits. So some fast laps for Jimmy Shane, the fastest of which was his second full lap, 164.131. Pretty impressive for a brand new boat. California RV in Santee is a proud sponsor of San Diego Bayfair. California RV has a great selection of rental motorhomes and trailers. Rent an RV for a family road trip, or they can deliver to San Diego area campgrounds and set it up for you. Race fans, for all your accounting needs, look to Diversified Accounting and Tax in Ramona. Their knowledgeable staff will help make your tax season a breeze. The 440 Bucket List Racing now on the water and ready to head out fairly soon. And a familiar face going to be in the cockpit. Actually, a familiar face up here as his communicator. Dustin Eccles, who is the usual driver. Kelly Stockland's going to be back in the cockpit. Kelly is the owner of the 440, and he's getting set in the cockpit right now. 440. Hatch goes down, and the owner, Kelly Stockland, will take the boat out this morning. A testing run. Kelly Stockland in his boat, the 440, the all-orange boat. Been very consistent throughout the entire H1 Unlimited season. Regular driver is Dustin Eccles, and he is doing radios for Kelly right now. So Kelly hasn't been in this boat for a few years. Dustin took over in 2017. Here comes Kelly up the backstretch. Hasn't lost his touch, obviously. Nice turn through the SeaWorld turn. .003 for Kelly Stockland. 136.003. Nice big skid fin rooster tail. Coming off the north turn, that rooster tail will die down. You get the rooster tail, it's off the prop. Kelly comes way wide. Now angles back toward the middle of the course. And he'll bring it up in about lane number 3. These average speeds over a 2.5 mile course are actually taken on the length of time it takes the boat to make one complete lap, but the distance is measured right over the buoy line. So any farther out that the boat runs, it's going to take a little longer for them to make that complete lap, but they're still judged against 2.5 mile course. .139.554. That lap for Kelly Stockland. 139.554. On Friday, Dustin qualified the boat a little over 136 miles an hour, almost 137. So Kelly slowed the boat down now as he's coming up the backstretch. And off the course, sitting at the dock is the U9 Delta Real Track. Andrew Tate getting strapped in, winner of 4 out of our 5 previous races here on the H1 Unlimited Hydroplane Series. Delta Real Track on the race course. The U9 will be your defending national champion in 2019. They have already clinched the national championship here in 2018, so they will wear the U1 number during the 2019 H1 Unlimited Hydroplane season. Andrew Tate in the cockpit, winner of the Gold Cup, winner of 4 of our first 5 races, early 5 races. He didn't win them in a row, but he won 5. And this is now our 6th race of the season. He has won 4 of the 5 that have preceded the Bill Muncy Cup here on Mission Bay. Want to thank everybody along the beach, both Ski Beach and Fiesta Island. You're doing a great job keeping out of the water and off the sand. Thank you very much. Well, Andrew Tate and the U9 crew heard the speeds that Jimmy Shane laid down just a little earlier this morning. The water is basically flat. He's got a little bit of fuzzy right there, but now he's in some very, very flat, calm water. It's not the best water for running a hydroplane. It's what the drivers call sticky. They need a little bit of that fuzziness to get the boat up and run a little faster. We'll see what Andrew Tate could lay down here in his first lap this morning. .547 for Andrew Tate. On his first lap, he swings pretty wide out in about lane number 5. Full song now. The earlier lap probably not quite up to full speed even as he came to the SeaWorld turn. Now he's got the foot down, moving that boat through the SeaWorld turn. It's the end of his second testing lap this morning. 156.728. The U9 Delta Real Track. It's one of the boats that had an opportunity to test out on the Columbia River in early June. Up the backstretch, that nice smooth rooster tail. You don't want to see the shark's teeth jagged edge rooster tail. You get a little more of that when the skid fin kicks in and they come through the SeaWorld turn. But down the front straightaway, up the backstretch, you want to see a nice smooth rooster tail. Tells you the boat is riding very nicely. So Andrews dropped down on speed now, maybe doing a timing run here. He's right along the buoy line in lane number 1. We'll see if he picks a place to start kicking up that rooster tail and timing himself around to the start line. Will it be at the entrance to the SeaWorld turn? Yep. Little wider turn up here at the SeaWorld end of the race course that Andrew is normally right tight to the buoys. Won't give you speed on this one because he was just doing the timing run very slow up the backstretch. Now let's see if he runs a hot lap all the way around or decides to make a timing run from another check mark. Now gradually kicks up the rooster tail on this timing run, really puts the hammer down as he exits the turn, runs down to the start-finish line. So now he's got a couple of lane one checkpoints. While we watch Andrew Tate and the U9 Delta Reel Track doing some timing runs, we got Kelly Stockland up here with us. Kelly, first time back in the boat in a little bit.
Yes, it's been a long time.
How'd it go?
Well, it went really well. The boat drives quite nicely, and the thing that I took away from this was the mechanics of the boat seemed to be behaving very well.
So you did a lot of work on the boat over the winter. Is it a lot that coming home to make the boat faster and more stable?
The boat's extremely stable, it appears, and it's very nice to drive. As far as the speed goes, that's elusive.
Well, you had a lap at 136 plus and 139 and a half. So, and that's actually faster than Dustin qualified the boat at.
Well, I wasn't going to say that.
I said that while he was up. I said that while he was up here, so he knows that.
No, Dustin is an excellent member of our team. He makes great choices, and he hasn't always been given the best boat to drive. And he comes back in and gives us things to repair every time. I couldn't be happier with how he handles the boat.
You planning on doing any more driving today or later on in the future?
I originally intended to keep my license and run it every year, but trying to give our current driver as much opportunity as possible, I'm always at the last of the list.
Well, managing the team and driving, I know you did that before, and that was a lot of work, and you probably have a lot on your hands just managing now.
Yes, I do. And my wife Sharon helps me a lot with that. She's a very instrumental member of the team as well. The rest of the team are all contributing tremendously. The boat will go faster. We just have to figure out a way to do it.
Okay. Kelly Stockland, thanks.
Yes.
I hope you enjoyed your ride this morning.
I did.
Okay, great. Thank you. So one of our 1 liters out testing, and I think we've got a couple of GPs that'll be coming in the water here shortly. Race fans, is your boat or personal watercraft looking a little dull? IDP Graphics has more than 2 decades of experience producing and installing vinyl graphics. Visit them today to find out more. IDP Graphics. Janelle Engineering congratulates San Diego Bayfair and especially honors our military members for their service. They build, service, repair, and upgrade fuel facilities. Welcome, Bayfair fans. I believe that is our 1 liter the Y931 out on the race course at the moment doing some testing. Massive jobs require the right tools, and with the 2018 Nissan Titan and Titan XD, you've got them. With a choice of 3 cabs, an incredibly capable truck bed, advanced technology that redefines towing, comfort and convenience, this is one premium ride. Check out the Titan exhibit in the Vendor Village on East Vacation Island. Prestige is the official golf car supplier for the HomeStreet Bank San Diego Bayfair. Stop by their stores in Temecula or Canyon Lake today.